Hey, what's up guys, it's Master, and today I just wanted to make a video on Katowice 2015 holos and foils, and I wanted to show how rare they actually are, as well as how to profit from them. Now I have to admit, when coming up for the concept for this video, I didn't totally think of it myself. I actually got a lot of inspiration from this small YouTuber back in the day named Ohnepixel, and I'm not talking about this Ohnepixel. I'm talking about this guy.
Ni hao, my fine friends, it's Ohnepixel here. And goddamn, it is like so hot in my room right now.
Ohnepixel made a video on Katowice 2015 during July of 2019, where he showed the total supply for Katowice 2015 holos. Now, when actually researching for this video, I actually found out that Ohnepixel, all his numbers, I'm pretty sure they're all wrong. I'll get back to that later, but it's also worth considering that Ohnepixel was quite a small YouTuber during this time, which likely allowed for these mistakes to remain unchecked. And by chance, I was actually subscribed to this channel. So was I the reason for Ohnepixel being the giant in the scene he is now? I would say probably. Katowice 2015 stickers were released on the 26th of February 2015. These stickers were received quite well by the community and are still highly rated up until this day. Now, a cool thing to note about the visual looks of these stickers is a lot of the holos had their own individual patterns in the background of their stickers. These types of backgrounds were only featured in Katowice 2015 as well as DreamHack 2014 on particular stickers as far as I know. And it's just a really cool feature that Valve did back then, but they don't do now. Now, why do I think Katowice 2015 is currently a decent investment? If you compare Katowice 2015 holos, you just simply look at the graph. It's relatively low compared to where it's been in the past. If you look at a lot of other skins right now due to CS2's release, they're really going everywhere. They're just up, all inflated. And I think there's very few investments which are actually at a decent price, because ultimately you want to buy low, not buy high. But also when investing, you always want to be as educated as possible. That's why, like Ohnepixel, I've created my own supply graph from CSGO Exchange showing the holo supplies. Now, I mentioned earlier, Ohnepixel, his graph, I think, is wrong. Why do I think that? Firstly, if you look at the correlation between capsules, one capsule is lower supply, whereas the other is higher supply. That being, Legends is higher, Challenges is lower. When looking at my graph, you can see the lowest supply stickers are the stickers from the Challenges capsule, whereas the higher supply is one from Legends. Whereas when you look at Ohnepixel's graph, the sticker supply is just totally random. Like, some of the highest supply is the ones from the Challenges and some of the lowest is from the Legends. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, another obvious reason why this graph could be wrong is when looking at my graph, the supply is like 2,000 more for pretty much every sticker, and that just doesn't really make any sense why the supply would increase rather than decrease. Now, I don't blame Ohnepixel for this. I'm sure it's because of CSGO Exchange, because CSGO Exchange, it's a terrible website created too long ago, and it's just terrible to use. I can think of a variety of factors why it could have messed up the numbers.
Microphone activated.
Now, moving on to my supply graph, most stickers hanging around 2,000, 2,500, around that area. And the graph is sorted by price, so left is the highest price and right is the lowest price. Now, moving on to the best investments, I think. Flipside is decent, Cloud9, CLG, I don't know, it could be hit or miss. They're relatively expensive, and I think Cloud9 is just overall better. There's also Keyed Stars and 3D Max, and what these all have in common, they're all from the Challenges capsule. However, I do think most of the time stickers from the Challenges capsule have a lot better holo effects when compared to stickers from the Legends capsule. Now, if I was forced to choose one from the Legends, it's really hard. I wouldn't invest in Na'Vi, the supply is massive. Maybe something like Hellraisers or VP could be decent, considering, well, VP is not that cheap, but Hellraisers is on the cheaper side of things. However, I think ultimately buying stuff from the Challenges capsule makes sense. Firstly, because they're lower supply. You can see the supply is far lower for Challenges stickers, and secondly, they just look a lot better in my opinion, and I know that's subjective, but I feel like that's true. Now, it's also worth taking into consideration that these numbers, they don't exclude banned accounts, so there could be some stickers holding untradeable items. But either way, if they were included or not, the graph would probably still look the exact same due to the ratios in supply between stickers would likely still remain pretty much the same. Now, another cool thing I wanted to mention before getting into the foil supply is the presence of brands, companies in the names of the stickers. Now I can see here, for example, Cloud9 G2A, TSM Kinguin. Both of these sites, funnily enough, are both competing key/game selling sites. Now, why these things are interesting is this no longer happens. This hasn't happened since like 2015, where names or stickers have included like companies and shit. And basically, that's because of the iBuyPower situation. And as a result of that, Valve decided to be a lot more strict, tighten the rules a lot, which didn't allow for these types of things to slip through the cracks. Now, finally moving on to the foil supply numbers. And now I think investing in foils can be a lot higher risk, higher return. That's because there's a lot lower supply, as you can see, so the market can be a lot more volatile. If someone simply decides to buy a bunch of these on the Steam market, the price could shoot up. If someone decides to sell a ton of them, the price could go down. So that's a factor you also got to think about. Now, which ones I would invest from here? I would say maybe Cloud9 could be decent since it's such a large org and it's relatively cheap. And another one I could consider, even from the Legends capsule, Na'Vi could be decent, considering Na'Vi is a massive org. It'll always have a place in CS and it'll always have a fan base. Now, I'm personally not investing in foils because I like to invest in things which I personally like. I'd prefer to apply a holo to my gun. However, if you like foils and you think these are a decent investment, go for it. Just try and be as educated and logical as you can when going for them. Choose ones with reasonably low supplies. Don't go for high supply. And always look at the graph. If something spiked up a ton, don't invest in it. You're just going to lose money. Like, the price is definitely going to change from when I've uploaded this video. So you always got to see if the sticker's been inflated or not. So many times after YouTubers upload videos, prices spike and the opportunities on investments change. So always do your own research. Don't rely on me, rely on yourself. Now, in conclusion, investing anytime, nobody actually knows what's going to happen. These could go terribly. However, I believe they're decent, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Now, if you found this video interesting, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe or like or anything. Or I don't care, you could do whatever you want, it's your choice. And here's 2 other videos I've made recently, one on the Rio investments, as well as one on 100 Thieves entirely. That's all from me guys, cheers, see you in the next one.